welcome to Day 8 of the IIHF World Championships. I'm your host, Sailor Forfar, and this is the Pregame Skate. We're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook right now, so use that chat function, tell us where you're tuning in from today and who you think is going to win on the ice in Riga. We have 4 games on the schedule yesterday, including a shutout and a blowout. So let's take a look at the highlights from Day 7.
Tries to get the pads down. He tries to squeeze them together, but
back takes the return pass back to Indrisis. Trying to find a lane. He shoots, scores.
Skulda. And he meets him there with the puck, sweeping it in the far end. Nice job by Moore to get a lot on that shot as well. He breaks his stick, but Beniers using his quickness to free himself from Pucard's hard cut.
On the strength of goals by their oldest player and their youngest. Win it by a final score of 4-2 and improve their record to 3-1.
Didn't get the goaltending it was looking for from Leonardo Giannoni the other night. Shot, score! Sends it across. Finn Andrighetto scores!
The net. Corby puts it up top to Hoffman.
Plays it back at the line. Alotello, the shot, score! At the line, Andrighetto, near side, slap shot, score! Lofel takes the return pass and gets his second goal of the game.
Down, back to Winola. To Contiola, tees it up for Sun, shoots, scores! A rocket from Tony Sun. Poking a chance now for Finland, busting in. Oyamaki works in, back for Ruotsalainen, shoots, scores!
Job by Koivisto. Manalainen kicks it back. Oh yeah, that thing is knuckling all around. He slaps it as it's on edge.
Into his own zone, plays it all the way around the boards. It got away from Kovac, was fortunate for Sweden. Shot, deflected, score! Back for Adrian Kempe, walks it in, on for Raquel, scores! Ricard Raquel has it. Ran it back for Stransky, they play give and go. Wingerly on the penalty kill for Sweden, shot, score! Jakob Grana finds piping in for Zadina. At the line, Hronik. He'll play it cross ice. Kubalik into the slot, score! Kovac from Seacatch. And a big face-off win, but it comes outside the line. At the empty net, score! Great hustle by Fleck.
Today we have a special milestone to celebrate with the 100th international game for Norway's captain Jonas Holas, an incredible feat spanning back to the first time he donned the Norwegian jersey back in 2003. Here's a look back at his journey and what it means to hit that milestone game tonight.
And Olam feeds it, almost winds and shoots, scores! Gets through goal. A power play goal, 3-0 Norway.
I didn't think about it before someone told me yesterday, actually. But of course it means a lot, and I'm proud of playing 100 games in the World Championship. My first one was here in Riga, but I will say the times we played the quarterfinals in Kosice or Bratislava, in Stockholm, and I don't remember the third one, but those tournaments we played really good as a team, and we came together, and we kind of hit the big teams from underneath, and we had good results. That's kind of what I remember, and of course the team coming together and being like best friends for 2 weeks, that's an unbelievable feeling.
Martinson knocked off the shot, score! Almost the shot from the line, finds the glove side top corner. And Norway has made this a 5-2 game.
His professionality, both on the ice and off the ice, he's a leader, and yeah, he's a really good example for everyone who comes in the group, and he takes them in, makes it easy for new guys to come in. So yeah, it's a pleasure to play with him.
He's proud to play for his country, and everybody puts that really high to play for Norway every year. So he's a good player and a good leader, so it's always fun to have him around.
Martinson knocked off his stick shot, score! Almost the shot from...
Yeah, it's a lot of fun stories, but a little bit difficult to say something right now.
Yeah, it's been a lot of big names. Of course, the best players from the NHL. Canadians, Swedes, Russians. I can't name any special, but it's the best players in the world, and you try to compete against them, and that's pretty cool to be part of.
He has a fun side too, but when it comes on the ice, he's really serious.
He's always doing his best, and he's giving all his heart into the game.
Feeds it back, almost winds and shoots, scores!
Oh, he always trained really hard, and is a serious player every day, and played in NHL and KHL and every league around. So he's yeah, one of the best teammates I ever played with.
No, I mean, everything is an experience, and the hockey is different everywhere, and I think I can learn something from everywhere I've been, and bring that to the national team, and hopefully that helps my game and can help other players. For me, it's been a good experience both on the ice and off the ice, so it's been great so far.
And Holas feeds it back, Holas winds and shoots, scores! Gets through goal, a power play goal, 3-0 Norway.
I have a good feeling that he will score in his 100th game.
We'll be keeping a close eye on that remarkable 100th World Championship game tonight, so be sure to send in your own congratulations and make sure to hashtag IIHF World so we can share it with everybody and especially him. Moving along, Canada was able to get their first win of the tournament against Norway last game, and now they're looking to build on that momentum in their matchup today against Kazakhstan. Our podcast host, Caroline Swed, sat down with Gabe Vilardi to chat about the experience playing for Team Canada in Riga.
For us, that's fine. We don't mind being the underdogs. We can catch teams maybe taking us for granted. For us, it's no problem. We'll continue to be the underdogs and we'll embrace it.
I just try to lead by example, try to drag the guys into the battle and go out there and play hard and play my game.
Wearing that jersey before, it's a little different going into the game, but you know, it's definitely exciting. And looking forward to it.
You know what? I didn't know he was over here on the Kazakhstan team, and we lived together in junior for a year. You know, we won a championship together, which was pretty special.
He was my roommate my rookie year when I got drafted. He was already one of the top players in the junior at that point. And, you know, I was just a young kid coming in, and you know, thought I was pretty hot stuff. So he had to calm me down a little bit to start.
You know, it was a pretty special time for us then. You know, and those are still memories that I'm sure we both have and we're both pretty fond of in our hockey careers, no matter, you know, where they've taken us. And so it's pretty special to be able to come back and see them and play against them.
We're going to go out there. We're definitely going to try to outwork them. That's been the key to our game so far.
We have to leave everything on the line. I think if we do that, if we play our game and stick to that game for an entire 60 minutes, we'll be okay.
What would you tell them afterwards?
I don't know, maybe I'll have to keep those words private, you know, maybe I'll give them a little shot or something.
All right, Gabe, thanks for your time. Tell Connor that next time, you know, we see him, we're going to give him a hard time with an interview. Now I got to, you know, change my questions to be hard for him. So thank you for your time. We appreciate you. And I just really, I want to know everything that's going on in Riga, Latvia right now. How has your experience been so far?
My experience has been good so far. I mean, it's pretty cool. You come here and I've already experienced the Hockey Canada with U17s, U18s, and then kind of the World Junior Camp. So I kind of have an idea and know some of the guys from that, but you come here, you meet all new guys that you played against throughout the year. So it's pretty cool. You make new friends and just hanging out all the time. So that's fun. And then beyond ice hasn't gone as well as we'd like, obviously, but still think we got a chance here if we win out. So hopefully we can do that and go from there.
It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So you got a lot of Canadian fans still holding on to hope, and we believe in you guys.
Yeah.
So your experience from the juniors, how important has it been for you to carry that onto, this team now in Latvia?
I think just like the Hockey Canada way, I guess you could say, just that helps. Just coming here, I already had a good idea of how this stuff works. It's very simple. I mean, we got everyone here doing so much. Like Chelsea, she does so much for us. It just makes our job so easy. And then the coaches and the hockey staff, they're all great. So it's really easy. We come here and we don't have to worry about anything. We just play. So, and that's awesome. That's what you want as a player.
Hardest question I'm going to ask you. What do you do in your spare time?
Lots of cards. We're not really,
yeah?
You guys know, yeah. We're not allowed out of the hotel here, so we're hanging out. We play a lot of cards right now. Got some money up on the board trying to win. I'm down right now.
Who's winning and what kind of card games?
We play a bunch of games. We play this game called 7 Up, 7 Down. We play Schnarbs, play euchre, just anything, whatever the boys want to play. And then that's pretty much what we do. There's a ping pong table there, so we can play that a little bit. But really just hanging out with the guys and just playing cards and just chatting. And it's really cool, honestly. Who's
taking everyone's money? Who's at the top of the leaderboard?
Kills me to say this, but I think Brownie's in the lead. I think he's up a big amount right now. So
that's where he is. He's in the middle of a real good card game.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that.
No, that's actually amazing. That's great. Okay, so obviously we're in the midst of a global pandemic still with COVID-19. How has that changed your experience at this year's World Championships? Obviously, Riga, the home of a lot of very passionate hockey fans, you guys don't have that type of atmosphere in the arena. So what has that been like for you as a player?
Yeah, I mean, it's different. I mean, all year we played without fans, and that took some adjusting. Same thing here. There's no fans, obviously. Would have been crazy, especially the other night. I mean, obviously Latvia, but you can imagine the fans in that building if we were there, would have been pretty crazy. And as much as it sucks that we're losing, it would have been cool just to see that, honestly. So, yeah, it's different. I mean, obviously we're not allowed out of the hotel, so you can't really explore, which is kind of unfortunate. You want to experience everything. We're here. I'm never coming to Latvia again, I can say, probably in the rest of my life. So it'd be nice to get around and just see stuff, but it is what it is. You make the best of what you have, kind of thing. And I think that's, like you said, it's a global pandemic, so that's what everyone's doing. It's not just what we're doing.
Yeah. You mentioned the game against Norway. How did it feel to finally get the result that you guys so desperately needed and wanted that day?
Yeah, that's huge. It's just a start. I mean, we'll play again tomorrow, Kazakhstan, and we got to keep scoring. We're getting chances. We just got to find ways to score more goals, and you saw that we got 4 goals yesterday, and we won, which is huge, and hopefully we can keep that momentum going, I guess.
What are your thoughts on Kazakhstan? Because, they're proving to be a massive contender in the tournament. They're the ones who ruined Germany's winning streak at the tournament. Not a team that you can look past right now at all.
No, for sure. I think all these teams, I mean, you look at it and I'm not sure what you guys know about these teams, but they've been playing together for a long time. They've been doing exhibition games and they've been together, and we've been together for a week now. I mean, it's crazy, or 2 weeks, whatever it's been since we've been here. So, I mean, it's these teams are better than a lot of people give them credit for. And yeah, they're going to be a good matchup tomorrow. And like I said, we need to come prepared and make sure we win this game.
Yeah, talk to me about that from an athlete's perspective, because a lot of these teams did have, camps prior to the World Championships, and, Team Canada and Team USA, I believe, really just met on the plane. And not only like your on ice chemistry, but even off the ice chemistry that translates onto the ice. It's not easy to just immediately go into that mindset. So what's that been like for the group, and how have you guys adjusted?
Yeah, for sure. You just said it. In hockey, I mean, in all sports, chemistry, it's not just on ice, it's off the ice too. 100%. You build it with the guys in the locker room and just hanging out and just chatting with guys, and you feel more comfortable, and then that carries onto the ice. So yeah, I mean, these other teams, they got the advantage on us in that aspect, but I mean, I think in the time that we've been here, everyone's come together. I mean, like I can say I'm friends with basically everyone on the team. You're just talking, and it's really cool. It's a cool experience in that aspect because, like I said earlier, you just hanging out with the boys, you get to know them, and you see how everyone, we all play hockey, and we're all pretty nice people. So it's pretty cool off the ice in that aspect. But in terms of the on-ice stuff, it is harder, like you said, just because they've been together for a while.
What does it say about the status of hockey on an international scale where you've had teams in the past who haven't necessarily performed that well, and then this year are proving to be actual contenders? I mean, the growth of international hockey and this tournament, it's been a tournament of upsets and history being made. What's that like for you as an athlete at this World Championships?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different than expected, I'd say, honestly, because I mean, when you play at like I said, I play at the U17s, you go to the U18s and that stuff, and I mean, when you play against these teams, I mean, they're a little bit weaker, and then you play, and then obviously you win with I don't want to say with ease, but I mean, it's pretty obvious that you have the advantage. And then you do this, and these teams are all good. I mean, they're all men, they're all professional hockey players that maybe they don't play in the NHL, but they're playing in the KHL. And like we just chatted about earlier, they've been playing together for a while, so they're good teams, and you gotta come prepared. You can't take any team lightly, and you're seeing some teams are doing that. Maybe, I mean, we lost to Latvia, we lost to Germany. I mean, I don't think people expected that to happen, but it did, and oh well, you got to move forward.
Quickly, Gabe, what was that like? Because obviously you guys weren't expecting that or anticipating that. No one goes into a game thinking they're going to lose, right? So what was that feeling like for the team, and how did it really test your character early on in the tournament?
Oh, well, we're tested right now. I think it's pretty obvious if we don't win out. I don't see us having a chance to make it. So it's not ideal. You don't want to be playing like this kind of thing, but well, there's not much you can say. Oh well, we lost those games. You can't really do anything about it now, and we just gotta look forward. And got Kazakhstan tomorrow. That's on our minds right now.
Amazing. Last question for you. What is your favorite moment from international hockey, or maybe your favorite memory? And that's coming from Lucas Aykroyd, my co-host on the Totally Ice Hockey show. So if you have a favorite moment or memory, please share it.
Favorite would be we won the U17s with Canada, so that was a pretty cool experience there, and that was like my first taste of playing for Team Canada, so that was awesome. And then this one's not international, but I'm not sure if you've heard of the Canada Winter Games, but we won that with Team Ontario. I was 15, and that was the first time I went on a plane or anything like that, so that was a crazy experience for me. And
nice.
That was the funnest one for me. So
where in Ontario are you from? Because I'm from Ontario.
I'm from Kingston.
Nice. Okay, very cool. I'm from Oakville, and then I lived in Toronto for quite some time. So I'm always like high five to anyone from Ontario. I love Ontario. But last question, I lied to you. I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
When you put on a Team Canada jersey, whether it's for the juniors or now at the World Championships, what does that feel like? That's got to be one of the coolest feelings, to step out on the ice knowing that you're representing an entire country.
Yeah, no, it really is cool. Like you just said, I mean, you just think about, like, when you first see, you just think about all the hard work you put in to get to this point, kind of thing. Very similar to when you first play your NHL game, right? It's like you look back at all the people and things that people have done for you and the hard work you put in. You see that, like, okay, like I'm here, like this is pretty crazy. But then, and again, once you start playing, I mean, it's out your mind, and you're playing hard, kind of thing. So it's
awesome.
Well, yeah.
Gabe, thank you for your time. Tell Connor he better win that card game. If he didn't make it to this interview, that he better win, and he better be at the top of that leaderboard. And we appreciate your time and you being here. You were wonderful, and we wish you the best of luck against Kazakhstan.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So great to hear from Gabe, and special thanks to Caroline for that interview. Make sure you listen to our podcast, The Totally Ice Hockey Show, with Caroline and Lucas every day throughout the tournament. And a special shout out to our fans in the chat right now. Jan is coming in from Melbourne, Australia. Hello, I don't even know what time that would be, but thank you for watching. And Jan says that they wish the Canadian team all the best in their future games. So that's very lovely. And also I see in the chat we have quite a few viewers from Hungary, Germany, and then Australia. So very international, very worldwide. Thank you so much for tuning in. And this is that part of the show where I talk to you about setting your fantasy lineup. So right now we're going to talk about what happened in fantasy yesterday. Switzerland cleaned up in fantasy points. Gregory Hoffman with 15 points. Obviously, if you haven't seen, they annihilated the game yesterday. And Finland as well. Tony Sun, the defenseman, with 20 points. So a little bit of a shocker there. The defenseman can definitely put up the points for fantasy. So you know who knows the most about fantasy is our resident Eki. So Eki's going to join us now with a video to tell us who you should pick for today's action.
Yo, what's up guys, Eki here. Let's go over my IIHF Fantasy Day 8 picks. So, Denmark against Belarus. Niklas Jensen has the most points in the entire tournament. He's my captain today. For me, this is a must-win game for Denmark if they want to go through to the playoff stage. I trust that Jensen will show up. Sweden against Great Britain. I have Adrian Kempe as a forward and Magnus Nygren as a defender. Both have had pretty okay tournaments. I feel like especially Kempe could score some more points against Great Britain. Sweden had a tough loss yesterday against Czech Republic. That made it really tough for Sweden to go through to the playoff stage. But they still have a tiny shot. They play against Great Britain today. I'm hoping for a blowout. But at the same time, Great Britain has battled very nicely against every team. So this might be a surprisingly close one. That's why I didn't have more Swedish players. Some other day I might have put like 4 Swedish players against a team like Great Britain, but Sweden is not the team I really want to trust right now in this World Championships. Canada, Connor Brown and Darcy Kemper. Kemper got me a bunch of points last time. Connor Brown got 3 points in his last game. Same thing for Canada as for Sweden. Must-win game. Even though Kazakhstan has been a hard team to score goals against, I just can't see Canada going out like this, so I trust them to win today. My final defenseman, Ralph Freibergs for Latvia against Norway. I wanted to take a dark horse pick here, kind of go off the board. I don't have a lot of experience with Latvian players, but Freibergs has scored 3 assists in 4 games this tournament. They play against Norway. Very important game for Latvia as well. We will see how it goes. And then let's go over what happened yesterday. And oh, Finland. I had Glendening from the USA as my other defender yesterday in the video, but he wasn't in the lineup, so I just decided to switch him with Kaski, go all Finnish. Ended up being a mistake. They only won Italy 3-0. The guys I picked didn't have any points. What are the odds? What can you do? A bit unfortunate. But that's the thing with Finland. They're of course one of the best teams in the tournament, but they lack a little bit of scoring. I feel like Finland is a very defensive team. This might happen. 3 goals against Italy. Win is a win, but dude, I wasn't happy at all watching that game yesterday. But I will learn from this for sure. There's been a couple days where I've had 4 or 5 players from the same team in my fantasy lineup, and pretty much every time it's gone badly. So I think a lineup what I have today will be my thing going forwards. Just split the load, like maybe max 2, maybe 3 players from the same team. As always, I have to give a shout out to the guy who's leading my own fantasy league. Surprise, surprise, it's Kevin again. He trusted an all-Finnish lineup yesterday as well. Didn't get the most points. If you picked Tony Sund yesterday from Finland, you were in a good position though. 2 goals as a defender, plus a game-winning goal. 20 fantasy points for a defenseman. Don't see that often. To register for the fantasy game, visit fantasy.iihf.com. For competing, you have a chance to win cash prizes and all kinds of IIHF app hero. Have a great day and see you next time.
Thanks to Eki, and be sure to take his advice and set your rosters now before puck drop, which is just half an hour away, so get going. And in Group A action today, we have Sweden versus Great Britain. Maybe the Brits can win another one against a struggling Sweden, we'll have to see. And Denmark versus Belarus to follow. And then in Group B action, we see, as we talked about, Canada versus Kazakhstan in an important must-win game for the Canadians, plus Latvia and Norway afterwards with that especially exciting milestone game for the Norway team and for the captain, Jonas Holas. So be sure to tune into that. It will be a great day of action here in Riga. So before we sign off, though, I wanted to give you a look at what our awesome TikTok account has been doing. Our mascot, Spiky, has been doing some really fun things behind the scenes. So be sure to give us a follow. Here's a taste of what you can see on our social media channels. And tomorrow, we'll see you bright and early because there's 6 games on the schedule. So we'll be coming live at 11 a.m. local time. So grab a coffee and have a great day ahead of us and tomorrow as well. So we'll see you on the pregame skate. Thank you for